Hello students, this is again from the chapter last lesson. Here the concept I want to discuss is linguistic chauvinism. Now this is also a difficult concept for a majority of the students because we have not faced this thing in India. Uh, Now what is linguistic chauvinism? In the last lesson, you know that there was Franco-Prussian War and Germany had imposed its language, German, on the people of Alsace and Lorraine, two provinces in France, and the order from Berlin had come that in all the schools of Alsace and Lorraine, uh, teaching of French will be discontinued and instead teaching of German language will be started. Now this is a kind of cultural shock. Children, it's not only for the children who are studying in school. It's like in Orissa, some other state comes or some other country comes and stops teaching of Odisha in all the schools of Odisha. It's like that. Can you imagine such kind of situation? It's very difficult. Thank God the Britishers did not impose their English language on us. They just rather wanted that we should learn so that they will be helped by the Indian people in interpretation, in their office work, in their clerical work, and all that. Now, what happened in Franco-Prussian War is that uh, uh, Germany, what it did. Uh, uh, Through the order, they forced in all schools German language to be taught. Now, this is called linguistic chauvinism. Now, what is that? Considering that your language is the best language in the world, your language is the supreme language in the world, and all other languages are below your language. You think that your grammar is rich, your vocabulary is rich, your pronunciation in your language is rich, and all the good books have been written in your language, and it's not a bad thing to be proud of your language. But forcing your language on some race or some group of people or a nation, that is bad. So this is linguistic chauvinism. Now it's a sad thing that many years back during the world wars first and second, it used to so happen that the during war, the winning countries, the victorious countries, in order to prove their hegemony, in order to prove their greatness and their big brother, the attitude, they used to force the people of the defeated country to change their language, their day-to-day life, whatever language they use, the language they use in their offices and marketplace. They used to force them, and they used to force their own language on the foreign country or on the defeated country. Now this is a really sad thing, and we are now living in a better world where nobody is forcing his or her language on us. We have the freedom to choose in language, choose the different languages. Here today in our schools we can learn English or Odia or Odia, Sanskrit or Hindi. We can choose. Even in some international brand schools, there is in India, you have got many other languages like instead of Sanskrit or Odia, you can take French as a language. So linguistic chauvinism, as is a very bad thing. It's a very bad thing. It's the same like apartheid, like white people oppressing the black people. It's the same way it is, if we can say inhuman, and it also takes the rights of a human being. It is a violation also of human rights. I hope the idea is clear to you. Thank you.